to Lilac Love. So I'm actually out here right now at this little creek that's right down the street from my house, and it's so relaxing. And I just got back from this trip. Let me sit down. I have the camera just like posted up because I didn't want to hold it while I do this video, but I'm on this little bridge by this creek. It's so beautiful because I wanted to share this message, and I wanted to record it before I walked into my house because I knew I would get sidetracked with a million one things and push it to the side. And I just really wanted to share what the Lord was speaking to me because I feel like you could relate to it. And it's basically about embracing the uncomfortable. Ooh, that breeze. Ooh, yes, Lord. I feel you. I hear you. Oh, so good. It feels so good out here. Okay, so embracing the uncomfortable. So I was going through the mountains, and you know when you get to the top of the mountain, your ears pop. And so your ears pop, and it kind of feels like uncomfortable and weird at first, but you know that when you come down the mountain, it's not going to be like that anymore. It's not going to have that same feeling. And so it just had me thinking about when we get to the top of the mountain, when we start elevating, when we start growing, things start getting uncomfortable. But there's really so much beauty in that uncomfortableness. So when we start to feel uncomfortable, when we start to get to new heights, new levels, we're elevating, God's growing us. We start to do things and go through things that seem very uncomfortable because they're new to us. But the only way we can get to those new levels, we can get to those new heights, is by going through the uncomfortable. So for instance, when you're working out at first, like, it's very uncomfortable, you're sore, it's awkward, you're not used to it, it's uncomfortable. But then you start getting the hang of it, your muscles aren't as sore, you've gotten this rhythm down, it's now becoming more comfortable. But if you're growing muscle, ooh, there's an ant, don't touch me. I know ants are so tiny, but they freak me out. I don't like crawly things. Get away from me. Get away. So anyways, what was I saying? So when you start feeling like, you're not sore anymore and all this stuff, you then have to start pushing yourself even further in order to get to that same level of uncomfortableness. Because if not, then you're not going to grow, you're not going to get stronger, you're not going to have any more results, you're going to stay stagnant. And we don't want to stay stagnant, especially when you're trying to grow muscle and all that stuff. If you stay doing the same amount of reps, the same weights, the same routine, then you're not going to have progress. And so it's the same thing in our life when, there's hills and valleys, and that's just how life is. So when we start getting to the top of this mountain and we start feeling uncomfortable and we're going through these things, that just means that we're about to go down the valley and, be thriving in that season, be thriving in whatever we're pushing towards, your dreams, whether it's, elevating in your career, your relationships, your friendships, whatever it may be. It is uncomfortable for a little while, but it's going to be smooth sailing right after that. But you can only stay in that for so long. You can only stay in that sweet spot for so long until you get to another level. And I just want to talk about embracing that uncomfortable. And instead of going through it miserable, like, oh, I hate this sucks, like, why is this so hard, why is this uncomfortable, realize that there's beauty in that uncomfortable because you're pushing towards something bigger and something greater, and you are elevating. When you're working out, to me, when I'm sore and all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm growing muscle, I'm building muscle, and I start getting sore and I'm like, is anything happening? And I'm like, okay, I need to do heavier weights. I need to do more reps. I need to push myself harder so I can get to that next level. You don't want to stay in that stagnant sweet spot for too long, because it's only a sweet spot for a short amount of time until it becomes stagnant, and then you're no longer growing, you're no longer elevating. And so it's just my encouragement to go into those uncomfortable situations with the mindset of, this is growing me, I'm elevating, I'm about to thrive, like, it's about to be awesome. But then when you get to that awesome spot, don't forget that you're going to go into another level, uncomfortable. And so just take it on in life that you're going to go from uncomfortable to sweet to uncomfortable to sweet to uncomfortable to sweet, over and over again. And that's life. And it's really something that I have been having to remind myself and work on, is that there is so much beauty in that uncomfortable. Like, God didn't call us to live a life of normality, to live a comfortable life. Like, the Christian life is very much uncomfortable sometimes. You know, sometimes you have to break off friendships that you didn't want to break off. You have to have those uncomfortable conversations, because it's the only way that you're going to grow. It's the only way you're going to elevate. Sometimes God places you in a position and in a place that is uncomfortable. He calls you to do something, to go somewhere, to say something, to be in a position, or you get put into a position and you're like, oh no, I can't handle this. This is so uncomfortable. But if you realize that uncomfortableness means that you're about to thrive, that there's something beautiful on the other end, that means you're elevating, you're growing, then life can be sweet. You won't be miserable. You'll just have that understanding. So it's just all about changing your mindset, really changing your mindset on when these uncomfortable situations start to happen in your life, that it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It means you're growing and you're elevating. And so that's just my little quick encouragement for you, is to embrace the uncomfortable and know that you're going to walk and be in a sweet spot and thriving and walking towards purpose, and you're going to be elevating and growing, and it's going to be beautiful. But you're going to go back into the uncomfortable, but that's also beautiful and great and a sweet spot to be in too, because it just means on the other side of that uncomfortable is just going to be sweet thriving. So life is hills and valleys, y'all. But it's beautiful. Embrace it. I love y'all. I mean it. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a share, subscribe to I don't know how to talk. I was trying to make this video really quick, so I'm like anyway, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I know that in like my last few videos I kept saying I'm gonna be consistent, but I was really battling a lot of stuff on just like my schedule and being busy and just the uncomfortable parts of my life and trying to figure that out. But I definitely know that this is something I love to do, is to encourage you guys and share what the Lord is sharing with me. So I'm making it a point and an effort to be way more consistent. I've said it 1,000,001 times, but I'm serious, to just share whatever's on my heart. So subscribe. I'm going to attempt to put out a video every Thursday. That's my goal. That's my plan. I had a mid-year evaluation of myself and my heart with the Lord this weekend. And so that is my intention, to do that. So hold me accountable, y'all. And if y'all see me not putting out videos, y'all better hit me up and be like, yo girl, where you at? Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed day, night, evening, whatever time of day you are watching this in. I hope that everything is wonderful for you. Peace out. There's little fishies in here. If I drop my phone down here, I think I would cry. It's waterproof though. I think. It's water resistant.